Hey, greetings. We're going to do another special broadcast. Um, and this is for political prisoner Jessica Collins. And we are back live here. I should have done this to finish the show, but we are back now live. So it looks like some folks are starting to watch us again. Sorry, and actually, I got distracted with that troll. But again, this broadcast is strictly to as a communication tool for the political prisoner Jessica Collins to communicate with the people that are supporting her and know about her case. And so we are going to go forward with what Jessica wished for me to communicate to her. She's having her property stolen. She had the clothes she wore before they abducted her and put her into the Eastern Shore Regional Jail, then transferred her to Accomack County Regional Jail. And as you know, there were death threats against her. So because of you all calling and you all hearing the live broadcast of what was going on, where a snitch for the sheriff's deputies in Accomack was you know excuse me, hoarding razor blades and then cutting up sheets, making threats, and being moved around in Accomack County. It's all on the broadcast before. But in any event, then she was transferred to Virginia Beach. This is where she's had her clothes and her boots stolen. She was poisoned. According to her, and this was, at least everything she is telling me sounds like it's what really happened. She called rightfully called a guard named Shoop at Virginia Beach, exactly what that guard was, and the guard lost her temper so much. I guess they were communicating through the glass in the cell that this deputy Shoop of the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Department, working in the Virginia Beach jail, punched the window as Jessica Collins was standing in the window communicating with her. Then they said that there was a case of coronavirus. This was on the 16th of June. Then they said there was a case of coronavirus. And later that day, after Jessica was complaining to me in the monitored calls that she was not getting enough food, this deputy Shoop, that she was hungry, of course. Jessica was hungry, and she was communicating that she wasn't getting enough food, that she had been telling the jail that she was a vegetarian, and this went against her religious belief to eat meat, as is the case with anyone who would think about eating meat in a jail, and is rational, but it is certainly a tenet of the People of God Church, the General Baptists. We are the People of God Church, the General Baptist, and this woman came back with a large serving of peanut butter, which is a good thing to eat when you're not getting enough protein, not getting enough food, and or they're giving you food that is inedible. And there was a liquid on top of the peanut butter, and it had a strange taste. And then Jessica had a gastrointestinal illness for over a week. One could just draw conclusions. It's the same day the same sheriff's deputy that lost her temper and attacked Jessica through her cell, lost her temper so much that she punched an inanimate object because she was so angry with Jessica Collins, and then comes back with food that she has never gotten before or since, and that as soon as that happened, she noticed it had a strange taste and liquid on the top of the peanut butter. So to me, that sounds like, if that is anywhere close to being accurate, what's being said, that to me, that sounds like Jessica Collins was poisoned by Deputy Shoup of the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Department. Okay, so Jessica wishes to let everyone know how appreciative she was for us getting her out of that situation at Accomack County Jail, with the threats, with the stolen razors, with the Sheriff's Department enforcer inside the jail hoarding 5 razors and threatening Jessica and cutting up sheets into strips to tie her down. Again, this is what I'm being told. This is what she has told you over a live broadcast. No one has disputed this information. This has been broadcast, and we feel that at least a handful of individuals are calling regarding all these issues, and we urge you to keep calling and to write her letters. And so we will get you the phone number of the Virginia Beach, Virginia jail. Let's see. Beach jail. They call it correctional facility. Correctional center. Okay, so we're going to give you this number out. So the number is 757-385-4555. Let them know that you're watching. Let them know that you know what they're doing, that they're stealing property, and it seems like they're poisoning political prisoner Jessica Collins. And this is it. I know she's not lying about these deputies losing their temper and smashing, or if she is, she's lying to me. So ask them if she's lying or not. I don't think she is. I don't believe she's lying to me, and I don't believe she's making up her gastrointestinal disorder. Bill Wright says, I love to hear that she is out of that place, Accomack County. This woman I talked to on the phone was ice cold demon who refused to speak to me about Jessica and hung up on me. So yeah, we know for a fact, because multiple people have broadcast phone calls to Accomack County. I've broadcast phone calls from all the facilities, including Eastern Shore Regional Jail, where the master sergeant in charge told me that he was not paid to read Virginia Constitution when asked if he knew about Virginia Constitution. So we'll find out who the Virginia Beach sheriff is, and then we'll say that's who this message is for. That's who's in charge there. We know that there's all these little factions and cliques and gangs run by the sheriff's deputies. I presume that all the sheriffs are aware of that, whether they're directing it directly or indirectly, or whether they're running these operations directly or indirectly. That's another question. We know about Virginia Beach corruption from the staged shooting that we had last summer. Let's see. Why don't they just say who the sheriff is when look? They're always trying to hide stuff like that. Ken Stoley. It's Ken. I mean, if your name's Ken, go by Kenneth. I mean, really, Ken. Um, let's see. Under the leadership of Ken Stoley, and I think that's Stoley. It's spelled Stolle. 500 plus appointees of the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office. So they got 500 employees of the Sheriff's Department in Virginia Beach. And they got a police department. It's not like it's just the Sheriff's Department. There's also a private or a separate police force. So that's what they got to do all this. We named one of the names. We'll name more. So when calling in at the number that we just gave you, 757-385-45555, there's that 555 again. Of course, we talked about in the last broadcast. Record yourself and require the release of political prisoner Jessica Collins. Let them know we're watching and that their tactics are not going to go unseen, and that this is a member of our church and her religious rights are being violated. And we know that they're keeping our religious writings, i.e. the militia handbook, which is full of quotes mostly from the Holy Bible, the basis of our religion, the Bible, and the United States Constitution, which is what our servants swear to uphold in these places, and they will not let that book inside the jail. And they, up to this point, have not let Jessica have other religious documents. But of course, first and foremost, how many times do they have to violate? That is a piece of our religious text is the militia handbook, and that has been stolen from her as well. So again, they're violating her religious rights. She has had the copies of all of her court documents stolen. She has no access to the law library, which allegedly she has the right to use, even under their unconstitutional statutes. They have not complied with her grievances, and they're either denying her grievances, or when they're doing active things against her, like stealing her property, they're just throw 86ing, throwing away the grievances regarding these things. That her court papers and court documents are she is unable to have any access to them, and she is still being abused and handled by her CIA handler, who she has named in the past publicly, and I shall not do that for her, because that's who is maintaining her financially after this individual had trafficked her to all of the top level government officials inside the United States, Israel, the United Kingdom, etc. So, and that guy has worked for the CIA, but is regularly employed by Air Force Intelligence, and his daughter works for the Department of Homeland Security. His first name is Joseph, and his last name starts with an A. And he lives in New Mexico, but travels the country. And anyway, he's named in court documents. He's the one that it pays for Jessica Collins, so it's public documents. But this is how the government works. This is how these intelligence agencies work. So, again, all this is true. It's all verified. They can act like it's not true. They can pretend that the most important religious beliefs they don't apply and they don't mean anything. But again, we know who is doing this. This is the synagogue of Satan. And they have taken the worst of all other ethnic groups and that made them their slaves. in order to, I mean, make money. You know, that's what this is all about, and it's pathetic, and they don't have any standing. But we're just letting everyone know that we are watching them. We have separated ourselves from this evil government and evil society. They have no standing. The weapons that they use are our weapons, not theirs. The riches and treasure and wealth that they use is ours, not theirs, and we need to reset the natural order of the world, because it's the synagogue of Satan and the satanic employees thereof running things, and we're exposing them here. And so keep calling, keep writing, and write to Jessica. And this is at Virginia Beach Correctional Facility, P.O. Box 6098, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23456. This is care of Jessica Collins, Virginia Beach Correctional Facility, P.O. Box 6098, Virginia Beach 23456. They're opening her mail before she receives it, obviously. Again, call up the jail. Let them know we're watching them. Let them know we know about their treason and that we're requiring that political prisoner Jessica Collins be released, and that they still face sanctions for their crimes that they've already committed. They're poisoning her in that jail. They're stealing her property. They're taking her legal documents. They canceled her hearing because of a fake holiday that they're calling Juneteenth. This is getting absurd. And they're laughing and mocking every element of anything that is good and godly on this planet by doing everything that they do. Just the fact that they exist is an abomination before God, and that they need to repent, and they need to hand over the weapons of war and the keys to the jail to the people of God, or they are all guilty of treason, and eventually the people of God will have had enough. This is Chris Dorsey signing off. Peace and God bless.